It's TMNT time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Neca Toys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2-pack April O'Neil versus Foot Soldier Bashed. What that means is you're not getting a regular old Foot Soldier, you're actually getting one with some battle damage and some very cool weapons by the look of the packaging, but arguably, well, not really arguably, the main attraction here is the damsel in distress, the reporter, but also one of the most important characters in TMNT history. It's ya girl, April, finally represented in the Neca cartoon line. So, without further ado, let's have a look at it. This might be the most interesting 2-pack yet out of the TMNT line because it's the one that I've seen the most debate go on about. And it's mostly about April, but let's have a look at the sizes. She stands at about 15 centimeters to the top of her head, which means we're going up to a little shy of 6 inches, 5.9. For the Foot Soldier, that is 17 centimeters to the top of his head, going up to 6.5 inches tall. Now here we go with the big April debate. First things first, the head is too big. That's pretty obvious to me, right? Also the face sculpt, it just seems off. I don't know what it is, but it's bothering me. It's maybe a little too rounded, something wrong with the eyes, and also she's a bit dirty on the side over here, but that's regardless. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the hair sculpt. It is puffy, maybe it could be more puffy, but that really depends on, like, you know, cartoons from back in the day. As much as we love them, they were vastly inconsistent, so I'm not even going to get into detail with that, but yeah, the head sculpt is too big. But some people might say this figure is too small. Let's see, let's have a look at the turtle. You got Raph over here, which, yeah, April is a bit bigger, but I remember April being kind of like up here from the TV show, which more and more raises the question. Like, the more I look at the turtles next to other figures from the line, now as we are getting a line, is it just me or is it maybe the turtles that are too big in general? You be the judge of that, but anyway, sticking with April over here, just genuinely looking at it, the face sculpt does look good, regardless of if it's accurate or not. You got tons of lines in the hair. I don't know what this one is though, that one's just pretty random hanging around, but everything else looks pretty good. The black lines are clean for the most part on this figure, and that's something that will change depending on which one you get. Again, as I mentioned with the Leatherhead and Slash review, I had the benefit of picking this one up at my local comic book store. As such, I could look for the best version, and this one was the best version. Had the cleanest black lines on it, and the other one was missing some paint over here. But regardless of that, this one, yeah, the black lines, they're not perfect, but they line up pretty nicely. You got some wrinkles in the arm over here, which they did like a double elbow joint, which it's kind of wonky, but I don't hate it. And as you can tell, the paint is flaking off with the joints, with the hinges over here. And I don't know why they're still painting the joints, guys. Why, NECA? Seriously, just get a flash tone joint over there and like a yellow joint over there, and you're good. Don't paint it. It's just gonna go off. I mean, it's good for people who want to display it in the box, I guess. But everybody else, yeah, I'm just having bits of paint lying around. We got a big butt, pretty wide butt. So kudos for that, and tons of pouches as the black lines kind of get a little bit bad around the knees and whatnot, but it's still forgivable. As I'm saying, it is good on the rest of the figure, and then around the boobs also. It's really like the legs where it kind of falls apart, and just like with all the other cartoon figures, you kind of have the shades, the shadow a little bit in the back as you have, which I can barely tell actually, because I'm a bit colorblind, but yeah, it has like a darker shade of yellow in the back, just with the boots and the belt, everything lining up, and there's a bit more detail in the back. Overall aesthetics, it's pretty good. Now there's not that much to say about the Foot Soldier. I reviewed Foot Soldiers before. The big kicker here is the battle damage in the chest, which is awesome. I love the idea of giving us more Foot Soldiers so we can build up an army in the 2-packs, and also doing ones that have battle damage. You have this one who's bashed, and you have the Casey Jones 2-pack who has a slashed one. So that's a really cool idea and really helps us build up a foot soldier army without having the same old foot soldier every time in a 2-pack. So I give him mad props for that, and I love it. It's a very cool idea. Also, there seems to be a bit of changes in the articulation, just a tiny one, but I'll get to that once I get to it. The articulation, that is. You have, same thing, purple and a dark purple in the back as such. The figure kind of looks completely different if you turn it around, which is a pretty cool effect, and I like it. It looks cartoony, it has some black lines. Some of them are good, some of them aren't so much. Quality control is either your friend or your enemy, depending on where you... If you're buying them online, you really just have to cross your fingers and hope for a good one. Again, I feel like this one looks pretty decent. I don't have any problems with it. You have the foot logo, you have the yellow eyes with some black around it. The detail in the chest area, obviously, and the belt moving down to the legs and the taped feet, which all looks pretty darn good for Neca foot soldiers. Now, articulation-wise, surprisingly, I didn't have to heat anything up, and I'm surprised about that. So, for April, the head moves forward quite decently. It does actually go back. They just left enough space in there, and it feels like, yeah, it has a double ball, so you can kind of pull it out a little bit if you're having a problem with it. It does tilt side to side very nicely, and it does go all the way around. Then you have a hinge in your shoulder, moves up like that, also rotates, but it is pretty stiff, as you can hear the noise. Double hinged elbow, you have like one hinge in the arm itself, and then one in the trench coat, which, as I'm saying, some people hate it. I kind of like it, what they did here. It's hidden fairly well, I want to say. Also, you can swivel it over here and over there and on the hand, which has another hinge with paint flaking off. Good stuff. Then we have a joint in the chest area, well, the torso area. Moves around very nicely, has a lot of weird noises that it makes. Rotates all the way around freely, has nothing in the crotch, is not cut up over here, nothing there. But the crotch piece is soft plastic as such. Your leg movement is not really hindered at all, goes out to the side, but it is pulled back, depending on how you put it, and she still has the big butt, so it doesn't really go back that much. Then again, if you push it a little bit, you can still get some out of it. Also, you can rotate it over here, and then you have the double hinged knee, which goes up all the way, and the boot doesn't have a swivel over here, by the way, while it is angled, so that's fine. It has a nice pivot side to side. They're really killing it with those, I gotta say. Goes forward, and not really, well, it does go to the back. Actually, was stuck before. Oh, I didn't get that much before. Nice. And yeah, as for the foot soldier, as I was saying, I have reviewed foot soldiers before, but I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like there was just a hinge with a ball before. Now they have like a double ball with one pack in the middle. As such, head articulation is super nice, goes side to side, up and down. Well, down not so much, but everything else rotates all the way around. Perfect. Then we have a hinge in the shoulder, goes up, bicep swivel, and a simple hinge, well no, also double hinge in the elbow, sorry about that. And then you got another hinge in fist, goes forward, back, swivel, and the chest area only has a swivel, which also is likely to disconnect. Yeah, it's just like pegged in there, but anyway, just swivel. Is it kind of sticking out now? Okay. Seems clear. Feet, legs forward, to the back, out to the side, rotation in it, double hinge knees, and the foot, same thing, beautiful pivot, which actually, is this one blocked? Not as beautiful. Also, there's a swivel over here, by the way. But yeah, pivot, no, not really. Forward, backward, and a toe hinge, which, that one's stuck. It is there though. Hold on. There we go. And here's all the accessories. I'm gonna take it out in a second, just giving you an overlook of what you can expect. All the good stuff, also with the packaging, so you see how it is. I'm gonna actually start off in the middle because I want to. You have this kind of drill gun, which is new in this pack as far as I can remember. It looks pretty good, has some nice detail, has some nice line work, paint job. Very good. Can you move this around? No. That would have been a nice kind of feature, but not really relevant. Then you have the evil guy's not a communicator. I want to say not telecom. You have Bebop in there, just kind of chilling. Paint job on the buttons is pretty wonky. I don't know what happened there. And then more detail in the back. Also paint job on there is just not finished. Kind of just what happened. They run out of time. They like just like, I want to go home. I'm sick and tired of this. You got the, what was it again? The Maltese hamster. I had to look this up because I did not remember what this is. Honestly, I have terrible memory. Yes, I watched the cartoon show when I was little. Seriously. Yeah, it's a Maltese hamster. It's a nice addition. It's just like, I did not even know what that was. And if you want to give me flack for it, I don't care. So I cannot remember every single episode. You have the little pizza monsters, which are the alien reference of the show. Is that foreshadowing of like a big pizza monster? Only time will tell. It would be cool though. But, well, Neca has the alien license, and Neca already did like a pizza monster alien. That was an STCC exclusive. I kind of slept on it, but once it was out. They did like an alien figure with like a pizza monster repaint. That actually happened. Then you got some regular ninja stars and some hands for your foot soldiers. But actually, before I get there, let me have a look at the traditional blaster, really, like the traditional laser rifle or whatever you want to call it. For the bad guys, I love this one. Like I'm saying, just the classic one. That's the one I remember forever. Well, for the hands, you got some open hands, you got some posing hands, and you got some holding hands. He doesn't have trigger finger hands, which is kind of weird. Because, like, he has two guns, but not a trigger finger hand. I mean, obviously you have the holding hands. It's pretty wide, so I don't think there's going to be trouble getting anything in there. But yeah, trigger finger hands. Would have been nice. Then for April, you got a camera. You got a Channel 6 news camera. Over this hinge over here, you can move that around with the handle. Got the Channel 6 logo on it. Got some blue on the visor on the front. Can you move this around? No. Be careful not to break this off. That is pretty sturdy plastic. It's not rubbery or anything. And you got some more blue and some buttons in the back. That actually looks pretty clean considering how small it is. Well, up there not that much, but again, very, very, very small. Then you got like the voice recorder, old school stuff. These days, you just walk in front of somebody with your phone and you're like talking to the phone. Back in the day, you had to use one of these. Nice and rubbery up here, also nice and rubbery with the wire. I mean, it's not really wire because it's not posable. It's just floppy, as you can tell. But yeah, overall, it looks good. And then you have also the microphone, which has the Channel 6 logo on certain size. Not all of them, but it is on there. And then you got the microphone again. It's the exact same thing as you just seen. Has the logo on it. Just doesn't have like, is not connected to anything. And then you have her own turtle comm. You know, April had her own kind of version of it. This one is very small, but it looks good. If it would focus right now, camera please. There you go. There it is. Got that going on. And you can also open it if I can. Just kind of slide this in. There you go. Got a keypad and another monitor, just in blue. They didn't put a turtle in there, which is kind of weird. For the evil guy's communicator, you put in Bebop, but you didn't put in a turtle. And for her, you also have only one set of hands, which is holy hands. It doesn't come with a gun or anything, but I guess that's what the Super 7 line will provide. Alrighty then, and that's already gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this 2-pack? I mean, first of all, the foot soldier was amazing. The foot soldiers have been great, and the detail is very, very much welcome. The new weapons and whatnot, big fan. No problems with the foot soldier. But April. This is a tough one. Now, objectively speaking, it's a good figure. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any trouble with the figure, the engineering and whatnot. Could have like a thigh swivel maybe. No, like a bicep swivel, like a torso swivel. Over there, that's what I mean, where the belt is. Could have used a swivel over there, but other than that, the articulation is nice, and the figure looks nice, the paint job is nice, and I said nice like a billion times. Let's get to the ugly head sculpt. that's so mean. Man, this is like, it's too big, it looks weird, and I don't like it. So as such, I still recommend this 2-pack because it's still a bunch of solid figures, but really the biggest turn off to me is April's weird, disproportionate head with the kinda meh face. But that's really it. I mean, everything else is great, so yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever April and the Foot Soldier wants. It's not that bad, but disappointing.